when they made that extra pit stop to tighten up lug nuts. Keselowski and Paul Wolfe had a brief exchange. It's okay. We'll get there. They are there. 19 races since Keselowski's last victory. That was at Kentucky. He's got 7/10 on Kyle Larson. But for Roger Penske and Ford, Brad Keselowski.
Here comes Bowman. The white flag waves. 1 to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Austin Dillon to the pit lane for tires with 1 to go. Kyle Busch 9.7 back and closing as fast as he can.
You know, this is one of those drivers, he doesn't have this long-term contract at Hendrick Motorsports. His future's a little bit unknown. This moment right here, if he can complete this, which it looks like he will, a huge moment for Alex Bowman's career and future, and this season that he and Greg Ives and Hendrick Motorsports are starting to put together.
Alex Bowman comes to the stripe.
2 laps remain. Kurt Busch, with his career in question after 2018, doesn't have a deal for next year. Hasn't won in 58 races. Credit One, 1 to go. Kurt Busch trying to make sure he's in the playoffs with a win. Kurt Busch has a 6-pack of Monster Energy in Bristol.
White flag waves. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Can you hold your breath for 30 seconds? Might have to. Second place, Denny Hamlin. Takes it to Ryan Blaney. Hamlin now 2.4 seconds back. Couple more corners and Timmy Hill ahead for Chase Elliott.
Yeah, buddy. We did it, boys.
1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank from Chicagoland. Martin Truex Jr. battled after adversity, and he did it a year ago. Last year, in 2016, he was able to win this race after having issues. They had a problem with the tire early in the race. Then they battled back. Well, it was a speeding penalty. Today, he's battled back, and he has once again shown his dominance on 1.5 miles. Martin Truex Jr. is going to win the first race of the playoffs.
Back straightaway, final time. Kevin Harvick is about to become the 14th driver in NASCAR Cup history to reach 50 career victories, breaking a tie with Tony Stewart.
Also, guys, there's a little bit of concern about that left rear tire on that 24 car. Doesn't have a cut in it. They decided to stay out, not change that tire.
Coming to overtime, presented by Credit One Bank. Denny Hamlin, William Byron making up row 1.
Denny Hamlin's best friend right now is Matt DiBenedetto. I think with the position Matt's in, he'd be happy to push that 11 car to the win, but that inside line is organized, and they're going by Denny on the inside. Clint Boyer pushing that 24, Byron to the lead.
Up the racetrack, a block for the 11. Clint Boyer goes up. Here comes Christopher Bell in the 95.
Christopher Bell is racing for a win to try to get into the playoffs.
Christopher Bell, a 25-year-old, going up right now against the 22-year-old and William Byron. Those two leading at Daytona.
And 2 wide behind them. Not a lot of energy that's going to be generated from that. As long as they're 2 wide, now you're starting to see a little bit of a run from that top lane. That's going to move this bottom lane. Truex to the outside of Bell.
What was the number you mentioned earlier, Steve? How many times at super speedway races has Martin Truex Jr. come up a little bit short?
Car in the fence, hard.
Oh, hard. Clint Boyer in the 14 slamming into the wall.
Hold your line, hold your line, hold your line.
They've already taken the white flag. The next flag will end the race. Martin Truex Jr. out front. Now William Byron fighting on the inside for the lead and the win. They run behind him again.
Stay with your teammate.
They continue to fight
You're clear.
through 3 and 4. William Byron looking for his first ever win in the NASCAR Cup Series. A win, a secured spot in the playoffs. William Byron's going to win. Outside line on the restart workout. Overtime presented by Credit One Bank underway.
Aaron Jones pushing.
Yeah. The 11's getting a push too by the 22.
The 9 trying to forge ahead. The 11 staying tough.
Chase is clear.
Elliott has the lead.
Great
coming
job
out
by
of
Chase
2.
Elliott. Great job.
Make them drive around you.
Side
Look
by
your
side
corner.
for 3rd. Logano and Eric Jones continue to fight for that spot. Chase Elliott looking for the white flag. One more time around at Dover.
Lock that thing on the bottom.
A hungry Denny Hamlin in the 11. He'll have one more shot. Down the backstretch. Can he close the gap enough? Chase Elliott looking for his 2nd career win.
3.5.
Out of turn 4. Chase Elliott's going to win at the Monster Mile.
Flag waves, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Blaney coming for 2nd. To the inside of Chase Elliott. And back up in line. Tyler Reddick has fallen 2.5 behind them. And here comes Hamlin. Denny Hamlin, 40th.
Rising to the occasion. 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. 2.5 miles around the Brickyard. The 16th spot still up for grabs.
Kevin Harvick is already leaving turn 2. Meanwhile, Daniel Suarez trying to put as much pressure on Paul Menard as possible. It could be too much, too little, too late. Suarez and Menard race their way off turn 2 for the final time this afternoon.
Suarez closes in. This is pretty close. I don't know. He might have an opportunity to try to get a position here, but still not going to be enough.
And making the final turns here at the historic Brickyard. Kevin Harvick has won before. He's going to win again. Kevin Harvick wins the Brickyard 400.
Brickyard 400, baby. Awesome job, guys. Great job. Awesome job. Unbelievable.
And Newman able to stay in front
Good job.
of Suarez, meaning that Newman picked the pace up. Now, as he works his way in
White
front of the
flag right
grandstand.
here, 10 out the
1
back.
lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Chase Elliott, the 22-year-old out of Dawsonville, Georgia, son of Hall of Famer Bill Elliott, down the backstretch for the final time. 2 wins already in 2018. The slide job by Kyle Larson behind him for 2nd. Chase Elliott coming out of turn 4. He's going to win again, this time in Kansas. The restart. Can Martin Truex Jr. get out in front of Kyle Busch? Into the restart zone. We're in overtime. Green flag back in the air.
Great job by Truex. He came with speed. He did not get too slow. That helped him not spin those rear tires.
He dives to the bottom of the racetrack in front of the 18 and pulling away as the 18 moves up the track. To the overtime line, they get there. Kyle Larson shoots to the bottom of the track. He moves up to 2nd. We are in overtime, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Flag. Clear by 5.
White flag in the air. One more time around as they wreck behind him. Daniel Suarez is around. Matt Kenseth is around. The 3 of Austin Dillon in the grass. The caution has come out.